What a day, and welcome everyone. My name is Guy Toole. I'm joined with my business partner, ER Wolf. We are from OneQR, and today we're going to be talking about utilizing QR codes, dynamic QR codes in your real estate game. And ER, this is such a fun time for me to have a true tester of OneQR living in my household. My wife's a realtor and has been implementing OneQR into her marketing, her advertising, improving sales since we launched OneQR just over a month ago. And so we're excited to be able to talk about the specifics of OneQR and how it can be implemented into each and every one that's a realtor, for example, into your business, and how this can really improve the ability for you to get your ultimate reach, to expand your efforts and really get a return on your investment.
Yeah, that's right, Guy. And as we go through this slideshow today, the big thing here is that not all QR codes are the same. So even though you might be aware of what a QR code is, maybe you've pulled out your phone at a restaurant or somewhere else and scanned a QR code, and it's actually a quick response action to link you to what the code links to. It's very important, especially if you are in real estate or somebody doing a lot of advertising and print, to understand the difference between static and dynamic QR codes. So the biggest difference is a static code. Once you create it, you're locked into it. And I know for a lot of advertisers, marketers, if you're spending your marketing budget on print material, on signage, on those types of things, you do not want to get into the trap of something changing, and then you have to spend all of that expense all over again to reprint all of this stuff in order for your QR code to work again. Those are static codes. Those are the codes of yesteryear. The new codes are all dynamic, and that's what we provide exclusively here at OneQR, are dynamic QR codes. And that allows you the ability to update where those codes point to whenever you want to. They are completely evergreen codes. You print them once and then you choose where they point to. And later on down the road, you can change where they point to.
Static, right? A play on words, it's noise. It's you have static on the TV, you change the channel. With static QR codes, you cannot. With dynamic QR codes, you get the opportunity to really navigate whoever's scanning your QR codes to go wherever you would like to in your marketing efforts, in your listings of homes, in your information highlighting you as a realtor. So, when looking at our QR code platform, we really want to talk about how size matters, and you can be able to have cohesive design, making sure that it's really yours, it fits your brand. And so size is really important to make sure that that sign can be scanned, or that QR code can be scanned on any print material, any web-based links. And when print hits a paper, hits a canvas, you want to make sure that it can be very accessible for whoever is scanning that with their device.
Yeah, and that's what I love about OneQR is you have the ability to make a code small for, say, something that's going to be print, a brochure, all the way big to something that might be a big billboard on the side of the road. So the flexibility is there for you to create QR codes of really any size. Now we saw the sign that was the for sale sign, and as a novice to real estate, that's typically what I think of is you've got your sign, but as real estate agents and realtors, you're doing all types of marketing, and it's not just the proverbial yard sign out there promoting the property or promoting yourself. And I think this is a great example, the sign writer, because that's something that you might put when change when it goes under contract, or change when it's been sold. And it's another opportunity to put and link your QR code to maybe not necessarily the property information anymore, but to your information as the agent who just sold the property, letting everybody else in the neighborhood know you know how to sell properties in that neighborhood.
Definitely. And it's a big thing to make sure that you have a contrast. We
Yeah.
want to, educate folks when utilizing a QR code to have a contrast that is very simple for someone to scan. Their phones can easily scan it. You don't want to have a dark QR code on a dark sign, a light QR code on a light sign. So we will continue going on and talking about having the ability to have multiple QR codes, giving information to that individual on what they're looking for, the ability to dig deeper in and really have an interactive experience from the QR code aspect with your marketing collateral, getting information specific on the home, on the floor plan, pre-inspection, videos, whatever it is, to really give them the information on their phone that they can then take away. You might be showing someone multiple homes, or they might be looking at multiple homes, but this gives them a way to access it from their phones and dig deeper in on their time.
Yeah, this is truly an opportunity for interactive media. So you want to be thinking about, I don't just want to use one code and use the same code everywhere. I want to think about, where am I currently marketing? What codes do I need to create? And where do I need those codes to point to? The flexibility in the platform allows you to create those multiple codes, point them to the multiple locations, and then change them at any time.
Call to actions are one of the most important things to make sure that you implement within your QR codes. And we love this example from the open house, to be able to have a QR code that is designed to go specific, pinpoint location, where I can take the destination of my open house and have it go to this QR code. And so if someone's driving in a confusing neighborhood, I no longer have to put up multiple signs with arrows and get them, 5 left-hand turns, 4 right-hand turns throughout this neighborhood. I can just put one sign up in the entrance and someone can scan it and pinpoint directly to where they need to go, get them to the doorstep so they can experience open house and look for themselves. But also, as a realtor, if I'm having multiple open houses in one location, I don't have to go grab those signs and adjust the arrows and what direction they're going in. I'm just driving to the next location, and from the mobile app or from my computer, if I'm bringing that along, I can take that destination and adjust where the next open house is. So when someone scans it between 10 a.m. and noon, they're getting the one open house, and from noon to 2, they're getting the next open house.
Yeah, this is that time where you want to avoid that trap I mentioned at the beginning of using a static code. I couldn't imagine, if you used a static code to put in a destination, you'd have to buy a new open house sign literally for every property open house you were doing. Whereas when you're using dynamic codes, you're adjusting them on the fly.
So cohesive design is a very important thing that we wanted to make sure that was available through OneQR, where you can have the color scheme really match your brand and really fit into what real estate company you're with. And, again, the destination is going to be something that you get to control, that contact information. We're excited about the alternative destinations, that we're working on. Not only can it be a link, but there's ways that you can have an email, a text, a phone call, and even a VCF download, things that are coming very soon. So at the time of this recording, there's a possibility, if you're rewatching this at a later date, that that's already available to you.
Yeah, that's right. And whether it's promoting a property or promoting yourself, you're always looking for ways to either win new listings, find more buyers, and ultimately sell more houses. And this is really the crux of what we talk about within OneQR. There are so many things that, as a realtor, you're doing right now that have an opportunity to have QR codes placed on them. And that's going to, pun intended, open the door for more people to engage with you as the agent. And Guy, I know you mentioned there's 4 people really who are very important to you, right? It's your lawyer, it's your accountant, it's your financial advisor maybe, and it's your real estate agent. So I think as an agent, you want to make sure you have that maximum exposure where people can easily get a hold of you.
When looking at call to actions, this is making it interactive for people that's scanning. You're giving them almost a choose their own adventure, but you're also controlling that adventure where you would like them to go, learning more information about you, learning more information about your listings, learning from the aspect of learning about you. proving that you can sell in this neighborhood, that you can sell in this market, that you're just not a part-time realtor. And sorry, I know sometimes people are. They've got other ventures that they're out there doing. My wife's a full-time realtor. She's going on her 20th year in real estate, and I honestly feel that she is one of the top, not only at her company, but within the United States, within the global economy from real estate, just because she knows the ins and outs. She's really customer focused, and she is so protective of her business. The fact that she is utilizing one QR and getting the maximum exposure that she is getting. She's having to turn her phone off at certain periods of time just based on we're living in this new real estate space where maybe realtors over these last few years have orphaned their buyers or orphaned sellers because it's a tough economy, and QR codes really are these tools that, no pun intended there since that's my last name, but they are these tools that allow us to get access to those individuals that are scanning the QR codes to potentially come back to us as realtors and say, hey, I would like to utilize you. I would like to learn more about you as an agent because we're looking to sell our home.
Well, and I think it's the trackability, obviously, that you can measure what QRs are getting scanned, and you can report back to the seller on the activities that their homes are getting. And you can see that usage and scans are going up. It's definitely trending upwards. And you want to know what's working if you're investing to get that maximum exposure so that you can either win more listings or sell more houses. It really is about generating ROI on all of your marketing efforts.
So we're going to go into a quick little demo here on how simple it is to get active into one QR, and then we'll come back with talking about our packages and answer any questions that anyone has.
We're excited to show you how to make your first one QR code. The first step is deciding where you want this QR code to take the user. Type in your destination link and hit continue. You can choose a color and personalize it to your branding. Hit continue. You can also change the shape or symbols that are inside of the QR code. Personal preference, up to you. Again, click continue. Go ahead and click I agree to the terms and conditions and hit finish. So you've created your very first one QR code. From here, you can do several different actions. You can edit the QR code. You can name the QR code, letting yourself know where you're placing this QR code. For example, maybe this one is going on my business card. By naming the QR codes that you're using, you're able to get analytics in different places that you're doing marketing. My destination link is editable at any time. I can choose an image if I'd like to put an image in the center of the QR code, or I can drag a file of a photo or logo and upload that instead. I can change the color at any time, and I can also change the shapes inside the QR code. At this point, I'm going to hit save. My QR code has been edited and it's ready for download and for me to print on any product. I can download from either the download button or by going to the QR code. You can see here that I have a link, a short link, and a PNG file available to me. If you are needing an SVG file for a large print, you're going to need to upgrade to our Pro or Unlimited solution. Back to the main menu, my other options are analytics and sharing. The analytics will appear and be available once this QR code becomes scanned. For example, if I was to open this QR code and scan it with my phone, and then refresh my page, you'll see that I have one scan and my analytics have become active. I can track year, month, week, or day and see how many times this QR code has been scanned.
All right, you can see just how easy it is, Guy, and anybody watching this to create, to track, and to manage or edit your QR codes within OneQR. And I really think that the question that's on the top of most viewers' minds are, well, what packages are available? It looks very simple and easy to do. We've created 3 packages for everybody. If you're watching this live, these are at our introductory rate. If you're watching this at some time in the future, the prices may be different, but there is a free offering for OneQR. We'll allow you to create your first OneQR code absolutely free and be able to track and manage that ongoing. If you need more than one QR code, I would encourage you to check out our Pro package where you can build up to 50 OneQR codes for $10 per month. Or our unlimited package for $20 per month, which is going to allow you to build, track, and manage up to an unlimited number of OneQR codes. Absolutely the best value right now.
Again, simplicity.
Yes.
We had shown it in the demo. Simplicity is something that we are really focused on within OneQR. We're not going to be all things to all people. Just like a realtor, you're not going to also give health advice. You're not going to be giving financial advice. You've got individuals for each one of those. The same thing goes for OneQR. We're not going to be bringing in all the bells and whistles. We're going to be bringing a solution that is really the key to open the door of your outreach, of your information, marketing, sales, advertising. So we're, as Eard mentioned, introductory pricing. So if you get locked in now, that's what you're going to be locked in at. But in the future, if you're watching this a month from now, if you're watching this 6 months from now, there's an opportunity or there's a chance that that price will be higher because there are additional simple features and functions that are coming along to this platform.
So, Guy, let's take a few questions that we had come in during today's webinar. I'll go ahead and read them off if you want to speak to these. First one, can you provide examples of successful OneQR integrations in real estate listings or other real estate marketing campaigns?
Definitely. And, I happen to have some in my hands right here that my wife has provided me from the success, talking about a seller's guide. Being able to provide a seller's guide with all your information, but then able to have a QR code that's dynamic that can adjust at any time. Eard mentioned earlier from a misprint, being able to adjust that on the back end wherever she would like it to go. Testimonials. We're all about testimonials. It's not take my word for it, take other people's word for it from the aspect of being a successful, very diligent realtor on your behalf or whatever that may be. We've got open house sign-ins. Very simple. The destination she has to sign in, whether that's a Google form or some other service that she's utilizing for sign-ins. We'd seen in one of the slides earlier, a brochure, simple ways for information where people can scan. And what's really cool about this is if someone's kids are out there looking for their parents and wanting to move them into a location, they can scan these and then text them, then forward them on to their parents to learn more about the home and say, hey, this one's really cool because it's almost like you're here with us walking through this home. We've got the professional qualifications, real estate experiences. Obviously, there's a landscape portrait view. And then in our print magazines, she's on the back of a magazine here, and I don't know why she decided to have me on it as well. But, it should have just been her and the kids. But when looking at print advertising, I know a lot of realtors are out there in magazines and doing those different types of things. There's a lot of times you have to provide that print information to that magazine editor 30 days before it goes to print. Well, think about if that home that you're highlighting in that advertisement sells in that time. You don't want just that QR code to go to the information about that home. There's an opportunity there for you to take the extension and have it about you or your additional listings or your coming soons that really make it interactive, that it's not just that old print advertising out there that's not doing anything for you. These QR codes are that dynamic interactive experience for someone that's viewing it and can continue moving forward into the journey and understanding what you have to offer.
I got another one here, Guy. How can this technology improve the engagement of property viewings or open houses?
Well, it goes into the nature of what the solution is intended for, right? It's intended for giving someone the opportunity to scan, to improve those efficiencies. You know, there's neighborhoods that you experience now where you might not be able to have a brochure box. And the QR code gives that individual the chance to walk by and scan, or your sign writers. If the home is listed, you're obviously going to highlight the home in your sign writer. But if it's under contract or if it's sold, it gives you the ability to highlight yourself. And maybe a neighbor's thinking about selling their home. They're going to scan that information and get your contact information that then moves you into the ability to either interview, or they say, hey, you sold our neighbor's home. You sold it at top dollar. You sold it at the interest rates that we're at, even though, yes, interest rates are going down a little and probably expected to go down more in this year, but it gives you that ability to track what's happening as well through scanning. In the demo, we talk about the analytics, knowing how your QR codes are working for you, knowing which ones specifically are working, knowing that I can then set there at the beginning of every week or the end of every week, and to a seller, I can provide a report back to them and say, hey, you know, in the past we had brochures, and I don't know if a neighbor may have pulled one out and picked it up and utilized it to grab some dog excrement. But now I have the ability to say, hey, there's these multiple scans. I don't have to go count how many brochures are in there and say, hey, we have maybe 20 people interested. I can have multiple scans and be able to, in the future, look at the unique scan aspect to know who's rescanning or who's scanning for the first time. So there's a lot that can be done in the proficiencies and the efficiencies on what I can provide back to my sellers, and what I can then glean on my advertising and my marketing efforts on what's working for me.
I love it. We got one more question. I'll go on ahead and take this one, and then we'll give everybody access to our 1QR in real estate white paper. But before we flip to that, I want to talk briefly about this question. How do we see 1QR and QR technology evolving in the real estate sector over the next couple of years? I think we're at this point in time right now where we're starting to see this influx of adoption of QR codes and the usage of QR codes throughout all types of businesses. And I think there's a massive opportunity for people in the real estate industry to start leveraging QR codes across a number of different use cases. And I think that's one of the big things that if you're watching this, you should be asking yourself is, you know, what am I doing right now to market and advertising? That's where can you place, or where's there an opportunity to place a QR code? We went through numerous examples during today's webinar, whether it's your sign writers to your business card to, you know, billboards. You want to be thinking, because there's an opportunity to have quick response and interactive media above and beyond what you have printed out there. And then what can I link it to? And you could link it to a web destination. Guy, I know you mentioned briefly, and where we see the future going, we want to give you the flexibility to link it to whatever you choose to link it to. Your business card could be downloading directly your VCF information to the person's phone contact list. You could be saying, you know, scan here to email me, and it goes straight to your email, or scan here to text or call me and have it open up or launch a text or a call. Where I see the future of this going is a lot wider in the breadth of where you're going to see QR codes listed, and a lot deeper in the depth of what those QR codes link to and what actions people can take just by pulling out the phone that they have in their pocket, clicking the camera that's already been established, and just pointing it towards the code to read it. That's the, you know, I think that's the simple truth.
So true. So true. So we're getting ready to wrap this up. We want to make sure that each and every one of you have an opportunity to be interactive with this little presentation here. Here, we're giving each and every one of you an opportunity to scan this QR code to download a white paper, which gives you information on how we feel OneQR can really be established in your real estate game. This can also be shared to other partners that you may be associated with within your brokerage that might have an interest of implementing QR code technology in order to have maximum exposure. I know that's a hot topic, a key word utilized in real estate is having maximum exposure for your sellers, but also for yourself to be able to bring in more clientele. So we are going to wrap this up. Really enjoyed this opportunity to talk with you. Feel free to share this. We will have this posted on our site as well as our socials, where you can then take this and share this on to other people within the real estate industry or in any industry. It is an agnostic QR code application. It can be used for anything, anyone in business, anyone who wants to get information out there that wants to hit that maximum exposure. Follow us on our socials. And from ER and myself, thank you for taking the opportunity to jumping on today, learning more about OneQR. Feel free to explore our packages by going to oneqr.com, signing up if you haven't had an opportunity, and then just playing around. It is a very simple solution to utilize, and we look forward to hearing from you and moving forward with OneQR. Have a great one.